Hi guys, I'm Jose, like you all know. In this video, I will be talking about oxidizing and reducing agents. In my previous video, I talked about introduction to redox reactions. Here we'll be looking in details reduction reaction and species in this redox reaction we refer to as oxidizing and reducing agent. I hope you have watched my previous video on introduction to redox reaction. Here we are on to oxidizing and reducing agent. Okay, we'll be talking about the meaning of oxidizing and reducing agent. Then we'll be talking about how to find oxidizing agent and reducing agent in a reaction. Alright, can I rub off? Please take it down. Alright, and the meaning of oxidizing and reducing agent. If I am engaged in a fight with you, and for example, that is an example, I am engaged in a fight, a combat with you, and in that combat I am injured, it will be assumed I am reduced, right? Perfect. When I am reduced, I am injured, then certainly in that fight, our reaction, you are the agent of my reduction, you are the reducing agent. And since you have injured me, you were oxidized. Since you are oxidized, I am the oxidation agent, the agent of your oxidation. Of course, whatever happens, there must be a cause. To every effect, there is a cause. So for my reduction, you are the agent, the cause. And for your oxidation, I am the agent, the cause. I hope you understand that. Alright, so if I am the oxidation agent, the oxidizing agent, then how can I define myself? I will define myself like this. I am the oxidizing agent, don't forget. I will define myself like this. The oxidizing agent, me, the oxidizing agent is the agent that caused the oxidation of another species in their reaction. Now, how can I define you, the reducing agent? I will say the reducing agent is the agent that caused the reduction of the other species in our reaction. Do you understand that? I'll be writing that straight away. The oxidizing agent is the agent, that is me, that caused the oxidation. Yes, your oxidation, I am the cause. Your oxidation, I am the agent. So I am the agent is the agent that caused the oxidation of another, I hope this is clear, of another species in a reaction. Now I want to define the reducing agent. The reducing agent, that is you are the reducing agent. Now I want to define you. Is the agent, yes, that is their name, they are agent. So you are the agent. Now I'm defining you, the agent is the agent that caused the reduction. Yes, I was reduced, I undergo reduction. You are the cause, you are the agent, you are the reduction agent, that is your name. Is the agent that caused the reduction of another species in a reaction. This another species is the me, and you are the agent. Okay, I hope you understand this so far. All right, that is the meaning of oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Next, we shall be talking about how to find the oxidizing agent and the reducing agent in a reaction. All right, probably you pause the video and take down the notes. Okay. How to find oxidizing agent and reducing agent in a reaction. Now, if this is a reaction A and B to form C and D, you don't have anything to do with the product when finding oxidizing agent or reducing agent. Now, if this is a reaction, now let it now be known that if you find out or discover that A has undergo reduction in this reaction, if A undergoes reduction, then B is the agent of the reduction agent. And then please let it be known that if you analyze B, you have analyzed A now. If you analyze B and find out that B undergoes oxidation, then the A must be the agent, the cause. When A undergoes the reduction, B was the agent, the cause. Now you find out that B has undergone, A undergoes oxidation, this was the agent, the cause. Now B has undergone oxidation, B undergoes oxidation, this is the agent of the oxidation, this is the cause. Go and go A. Go and arrest A is the agent. Now A undergoes reduction, go and arrest B. B is the agent because both of them were involved in the reaction. It's a very simple logic. Now the problem here is, how do you know whether A undergoes oxidation or reduction? How do you know whether B undergoes oxidation or reduction? That is what we shall be looking at now. If you have a compound here, is always a compound, most times element. If you have a compound here and you want to know what happens to that compound, then you must check out in that compound. Of course, you know a compound contains more than one element. You must check out in that compound which of these elements in this compound will be the man of the compound. Then come to B, check out which of the elements in B will be the man of the compound. Is always a compound. If it's an element, you don't need to find who is the man of the compound. That element is the man of itself. But if it's more than one element in the compound, then you find out which of the elements is the man of the compound. Now let me define the man of the compound. The man of the compound is the element that tells what happens to the compound. That is to say, whatever happens to the element happens to the compound. Okay? The man of the compound. The man of the compound is the element that tells what happened, that tells what happened to the compound. That is to say, whatever happens to the man of the compound is what happened to the compound. Whatever happens to the man of the compound is what happened to the compound. Now let us go to find out how to know the man of the compound, because once we know the man of the compound, we will then analyze the man of the compound and see what happens to the man of the compound. Whatever happens to the man of the compound happens to every other species. Sorry, happens to the entire compound. Okay? And once you get what happens to the compound, the other compound reactant is the agent. Okay? Probably maybe you pause the video so we can clean the code. Okay? Alright. So we want to find the man of the compound. In every compound, who is the man? There are many elements in the compound. There are more than one element in the compound. Which of these elements is going to be the man of the compound? There is a rule that will guide us. Rule to determine the man of the compound. Rule to determine the man of the compound. Okay? If hydrogen or oxygen occurred alone in any part of the reaction equation. If hydrogen or oxygen occurred alone in any part of the reaction equation, then hydrogen or oxygen is the man of the compound that contain it. Okay? Number 2, but if hydrogen or oxygen is not alone in any part of the equation, then any other element present in the compound is the man of the compound. That is it. If hydrogen or oxygen occurred alone in any part of the reaction equation, then hydrogen or oxygen is the man of the compound that contains it. But if hydrogen or oxygen is not alone in any part of the equation, then any other element present in the compound is the man of the compound. Okay, let us take an example to solve this. Let us take an example. Note, if hydrogen or oxygen is not present in the compound, then assign oxidation number to all elements in the compound and find out which has undergone a change in oxidation number. If there is no hydrogen or oxygen present in the compound, then you have to assign oxidation number to all the elements in the compound and find out which one has had a change or undergone a change in oxidation number. Alright, let us take a test test reaction and assign or find out the oxidizing and releasing agent in that reaction. Okay? We'll take an example of the compound. Example 1, look at this reaction, copper oxide plus ammonia. Okay, let me put it here for simplicity. Copper oxide plus ammonia giving you copper plus nitrogen gas plus water. This nitrogen gas. You will now be asked which of these two is the oxidizing agent and which of them is the reducing agent. Fine. Let us analyze this compound and see what happens to this compound, whether it is oxidation or reduction, so that we will know the name of this man. Okay? To analyze this compound, to know what happened to this compound, remember, we have to find out the man of this compound that will tell you what happens to this compound. Now, between copper and oxygen, who will be the man of this compound? Yes, let us check. There is oxygen here. Is oxygen alone here? No. Is oxygen alone here? No. And since oxygen, rule 2, the rule 2 of the rule I gave you, since oxygen is not alone in any part of the reaction here, it will not be the man of the compound. Automatically, copper becomes the man of the compound. Rule 2 of the rule we dealt with before now. The rule 2. Copper will not be the man of the compound. Okay? What is the oxidation number of copper here? +2. I hope you know how to do this. Alright, we use the second arbitrary rule. X plus -2 is equal to 0. So X, that of copper will not be equal to +2. Okay? The oxidation number of copper here is what? 0, because it's standing alone. From +2 to 0, what is that? Reduction. The oxidation number of copper has reduced from +2 to 0. We call that reduction. But you are not going to say copper has been reduced. Remember, copper is the man of the compound. Whatever happens to copper happens to the compound. Alright? So you will say copper oxide has been reduced. Copper oxide has been reduced. Who is the agent? There's a cause for this reduction. There's somebody who is the cause. There's an agent. This man is the agent. Ammonia is the agent. Is the cause of this reduction. Ammonia is the reduction agent. It's as simple as this. Alright. Now let us analyze ammonia. There is hydrogen in ammonia. Don't forget there's hydrogen in ammonia. Okay? Now, hydrogen here is not alone. This is standing with nitrogen. Hydrogen here is not alone. And according to rule 2 of the rule of finding the man of the compound, if hydrogen is not alone, then you have to ignore it. Nitrogen will not be the man of the compound. The other element, which is nitrogen, will not be the man of the compound. So nitrogen is the man of the compound. Nitrogen here is -3. Don't forget hydrogen is +1 times 3 plus 3. Now nitrogen here is 0 because nitrogen is just standing alone. From -3 to 0, the oxidation number of nitrogen has increased. -3, -2, -1, 0. This is called oxidation. But don't forget that nitrogen is the man of this compound. So whatever happens to nitrogen happens to the compound. You will therefore say ammonia has undergone oxidation. And if ammonia has undergone